Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Levi from Dynamic. We are a business that helps accounting firms and bookkeeping firms implementing AI and building automations to basically make their life easier, make more money, scale their business, all stuff like that. This is the podcast, The Balance. Today with a very special guest, Ambreen, the CEO and founder of Accountrix. Ambreen, thank you so much for your time. Could you tell us a little bit more on who you are and what you do?
So I am Ambreen, as I'm the CEO of Accountrix. What Accountrix actually does is that we provide accounting, financial, and taxation services to SMEs and startups. Because we all know that at SME level, at a startup level, you do need a very good accounting person on board. But of course, the companies do not have big budgets at that moment. So they cannot hire full-time accountants. So that's where we come in. We provide fractional CFO services to them so that they can make the right decisions, but we are not so hard on their pockets.
All right, interesting. Interesting. And can you tell us a little bit more about how you started that and when you started that and what was
So
like
I
the motivation?
so I started around 4 years back. I was on a career break, focusing more on my family, small kids. So what happened was a friend of mine actually came up to me and she said she needs some help with her. She was running a business and she said she needs some help with some accounting purposes. So I helped her out. I had some free time. I helped her out with it. Then she referred me to another friend of hers. So it was a word of mouth that traveled. And just within 6 months, I was literally helping at least 5 businesses with their accounting. And that's when I realized that there is such a huge gap. These accounts, all the people who are qualified, they charge so much that these small businesses, SMEs and startups both, they are not able to hire them. And I personally believe that the need for an accountant is more at SME and startup level, because at that point, your each decision actually has more at stake, because you don't have huge budgets at the back to fund you. To if a big MNC makes a mistake, a wrong rollout in the market, a wrong product, they launch a wrong product in the market, they don't actually have, they can revert back, they can pivot again. But for SMEs and startups, it is, in most of the cases, it's a make or break situation for them. So either there the need of making the right decisions, informed decisions, strategic decisions, that's even more important. But they are unable to do so because, of course, we all know that qualified people have, the price list is really huge. And if you get a single person on board, full-time person, that's definitely going to charge them a lot. So I came into place. I started working with some incubators, accelerators, just to understand where the actual gap lies. And then 2 years back, we finally launched Accountrix. Now we are helping SMEs, startups, even we are even working in the financial literacy sector, because especially with the women, because in at least my region, the women entrepreneurship in women is something of a new concept, and the women usually do not have that kind of education that is needed. Most of the women are accidental entrepreneurs. I would say some people who are women who are like free in the house, they're good at cooking, they'll start a cooking business. Somebody who is good at creativity, they'll maybe start some stitching business. So all these females are not really equipped with the right kind of expertise that you need to run a business. So there, my role actually becomes even more important when it comes, if I have a choice of picking up a full-fledged business and a woman-owned business, I prefer a woman-owned business because I know that their need is more crucial. So
Yeah, I understand.
so
Would you
we are
say
working.
that sorry, go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
I was just wrapping up that we are working on the financial literacy sector as.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, would you say that most of your clients right now are women?
No, they
No.
are
All
not.
right. All right.
But we try to help women as much as possible. But I think there's still a lot of awareness work that needs to be done in women entrepreneurs. So what happens is that when you actually try to tell them the importance of accounting, so a lot of times they don't realize the need that much. So yeah, the financial literacy part is still a little shaky.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. All right. And you said that you've started doing this 4 years ago, and 2 years ago you started Accountrix. What is like the biggest? What are like the biggest changes that you've seen in the past 2 years with Accountrix? Like the things where you've really grown, or the things that you've really learned in these past 2 years?
In the past 2 years, where I've actually learned, I think, sorry, 4 years back, things were not so formal. When I actually jumped into doing businesses, running it professionally, I realized the huge gap there is. I realized that accountancy is one place or one thing which is now a little slow in taking up the tech changes. I think as accountants, we are a bit slow, or at least in Pakistan, I felt that traditional accounting is still happening. We do not have very many players using tech, enabling tech here. So I think that is one area where we need to work on.
Yeah. And is it something that you're looking into yourself right now already, like implementing more tech and maybe some automations or maybe even AI?
So we are actually working on building our own app, Accountrix app,
Mm-hmm.
and which will be which will be working on financial literacy. And for our existing clients, it will be working for data exchange, secure medium for data exchange, and easy to use dashboard. And financial literacy, yes, we are working on financial literacy and something to incorporate AI. Maybe we could automate our initial, the basic routine procedures, the bookkeeping part. We could automate that. We could incorporate AI into it. So we're still looking for the options, but the basic idea is here. But this app is in a very initial stages. So we are still working on how to make it a better product before we
Yeah,
launch it
I
everywhere.
understand. I understand. Yeah. And what other key trends in accounting are you looking into next to tech, AI, and automations? Building your own app.
I think it's the three key trends are exactly automation. We need to, because previously accountants have been the number crunchers. So I think now the role of accountants will not be just number crunchers, but as strategic partners for all businesses. You will be taking them on board. You will be, and they will not just be guiding you for the numbers, but they will be there for your more decision making, more detailed decision making, and how you can use AI into business automation and all.
All right. And what challenges are you facing right now with Accountrix? What are things that you really try to figure out?
Yes, the two basic changes that I'm actually facing, we are as a country. One is that the shift from traditional methods of working to the tech-enabled methods. Because we work with all kinds of businesses. A lot of people, I'm not sure there, but in Pakistan, a lot of businesses are not very tech friendly. They still prefer to work without tech. Convincing them to come into the tech side, that can a lot of times pose problems for us, does pose a challenge. And when you're working, I think tech really speeds things up. But when you are, especially when we are working with some senior people who are senior entrepreneurs, as in the age bracket is above 60, I think their resistance to accepting tech is a little less. So that is where we feel a lot of challenge, that we suggest them to automate things. We suggest them to get things on, to link things. So that's one place where we feel the challenge. So the second challenge that we are facing is actually when we are working with people with clients from different countries, like we're working with global clients. So what happens is each country has its own compliance requirements, its own legal framework. So there, I think making sure that we're not missing out on anything and making sure that we have covered everything, that does at times pose a challenge for us. And I think the cultural difference also makes a huge difference, because how we talk with each other in Pakistan and how we talk to other people in maybe China, Arabia has an entirely different culture, Canada has different. So there you have to make sure that you align with their local culture as well when you are taking them on board. So I think that this does pose a challenge. Not just taking into consideration the compliance, but also the cultural differences.
Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand. And with Accountrix right now, what are your goals? What are the things that you're working towards?
So now we want Accountrix just not to be a name in Pakistan, but globally.
All
Right
right.
now, our presence is in a couple of countries globally, but that is also with our headquarters here. We don't have any regional offices. So now we want Accountrix to have their regional offices in different countries, while at the same time not compromising on the quality that we deliver, because that can also pose a challenge when you have different offices in different countries. Your quality still at the top level, that is one thing that you should be maintaining. So that and I think, yes, the app, that should be a game changer for us. So right now what we are working on is that we are able to not only develop the app in the next coming year, but roll it out to our global clients as well, so that because that is, I think, that going to not only just help us but help with entrepreneurs as well, if we are able to deliver them the right kind of innovation and AI that we have in our mind. So I think that that's going to help SMEs greatly.
Yeah, I understand. Makes sense. And what are you trying to do right now to scale globally in terms of like marketing and in terms of uh, gaining clients in different countries? And what countries are that actually?
So initially, we want to scale up more into Saudi. Saudi
Yeah.
and UAE are the hottest markets right now. So yes, we want to enter them. We want to have regional offices there. So for Saudi and UAE, I think the approach is quite the same. You visit. There are different events that happen there, and like you have lead, you have. So you visit there. We have a few people working for us there as well, that can help us in networking with the local community. Because if you know an Emirati or a Saudi, I think that definitely on board with us. That would definitely, having one regional person, basically one regional person, if you know them, so that's definitely going to help. The same approach, almost the same approach we have for Canada as well and UK. So we are right now trying to reach out through these networking events. Then we have Pakistan PSTT. That's a government organization that helps connect with international clients and establish there. So we are also working with them, and they are also helping us connect with some UK-based businesses, Canadian-based businesses. So yes, there are. As far as marketing is concerned, I think good marketing is something that is so crucial. Even if you don't uh, you have to grow, but the marketing factor has to be there. Look at Coca-Cola, look at Pepsi. They have huge market positioning, but they still come up with ads, because you need to keep reminding the audience, your target market, that you do exist. So marketing is definitely there, but I believe that the best thing that can be done is by yourself. You are the best brand of your business, you or your employees. So if they are able to meet people, network with them, and show that your product or your service has potential, so nothing can, I think, beat that.
So would you say that you're also already like building your personal brand, or how are you implementing that personal type of branding?
Plus, again, networking, going into events, meeting people, doing
Yeah.
collaborations locally, nationally. In Pakistan, we already have collaborations with so many incubators, you name it. And we are working with NIC, we are working with Startup Syndicate, we are working with I2I, Invest to Innovate. Locally, we are working with a lot of, we have already collaborated with a lot of SS and incubators. And we are looking forward to the same kind of collaborations to happen in the different regions where we want our offices to be. So
Hmm.
I think, yes, networking, being active on social media, yes. We also have a podcast similar to something similar to this. So yeah, that I think all these mediums collectively build up a brand.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right. And I want to circle back for a little bit into the tech and AI side that we discussed in the beginning of the podcast. How do you see that influencing the future of accountants, bookkeepers, and yeah, accountants and bookkeepers? How do you see that change their future? Or maybe not.
Nahi, definitely. AI is definitely going to be a game changer if we are able to use tech and AI. Like I said, accountants have been slow at it, but I think we can really change the game. The repetitive tasks of bookkeeping and basic data analytics this can be automated easily. We have softwares like QuickBooks and Zero who have already at least automated a lot of tasks. But I think AI can speed this up, make it more smoother, and there can be some very interesting, innovative products that fintech products that can be built on AI. And like I said, that the role of accountants will not just be restricted to data analytics, but we will be more towards telling businesses how they can actually grow, how they can innovate using different techniques, different analytics. We can actually help businesses to scale this. Rather than just giving them a historic data, we will be more working on future driven.
Yeah, I get you. I understand. All right, that's interesting. Regarding for like the end of this podcast, I always ask one specific question, and I'm curious what it is for you. For the people that are listening, the people that are interested in what we've talked about, and people that want to grow more or learn more, what is one piece of advice that you would give to another founder or maybe someone that's interested in entrepreneurship that are looking to grow or looking to innovate?
Entrepreneurship, one advice is that entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. It's really hard. So if you can take the pressures, if you can be consistent in your hard work, only then take up entrepreneurship. Otherwise, entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. It does look really fancy from the outside, but it isn't. It definitely isn't. Another important thing is whatever you're doing in entrepreneurship, you're building a product, you're building you're giving some service, ever type account, and especially accounting services, if you're giving those, you need to the tech part. Now, there can be nothing without tech. So make sure that your product or your business has tech enablement, has AI enablement into it. They are considering the changes and they have that innovative approach to it. It's not necessary what works for the other person will be working for you. So you have to keep coming up with new, more creative products, more creative things, methods how to enter the market, even make changes in your product, make it more easier for people to adopt. So as the moment you know what your customer's pain point is and you design your product or service around it, that is where you cannot go wrong. But you need to understand the pain point, what is bothering your customer, and bring tech into it.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right. Ambreen, thank you so much for your time. If people want to learn more from you or want to know more about you or your business or maybe want to work with you, where can they find you?
They can find me on my LinkedIn and on my WhatsApp as well. I'm active on WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and on my email as well. So maybe you could drop that in the comments or something and we can share that and they can definitely get in contact.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll make sure to put all the links to your social media, your WhatsApp, your LinkedIn, your website as well in the description of the podcast. Again, thank you so much for your time. Any last words for the listener?
No, thank you, Levi, for inviting me to the show. And I think this is a very nice idea to have these kind of podcasts because they bring so much insights to the new entrepreneurs and they help them answer so many questions. Even I myself have listened to so many podcasts and learned so much from them. So I think it's a very nice effort. I wish you all the best with the rest of the episodes.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. My name is Levi and this was The Balance.